Hey, I was just at work and everybody's gone, so I thought I'd take this time to show you guys a little bit more about Drift and how we do the calls like we talked about before. So let me switch over to that. So we'll start out on my profile here, and what you'll see on my profile is I already have an offer listed. You can add it just the way you add link cards to your profile. And when you click that, it will show the offer and be ready for someone to call you. You can also have this pop up automatically by sharing the link. And then when people visit your profile page, they see this immediately. So what happens when you click that start video call button? Well, before I get into that, first let me give a shout out to Daily.co. Daily is the platform we use for our video services. They're super cool. And as you can tell by using the video part of our website, it works really well, and it wasn't that hard to integrate into Bubble. So I can show you a little bit about how we did that. So let me switch over and say what happens when we hit start video call. So I am going to visit actually the workflow side of our profile page, which is D, you might remember. And so our page has a button on it that says start video call, and what happens when you press that? Well, one of the things I want to point out is that we've integrated with Daily, so we will set up our daily integrations and include starting to create the room and create tokens for the users. That's not a big deal because we use the Daily plugin. Plugins are something in Bubble that you can add. You can see that we've added a lot to get functionality that you don't have to build yourself. So we have the Daily plugin, as well as we have on our API connector some direct API connections to Daily that we've set up. And if you know Bubble, you know about setting up API connections. So I'm going to switch back over to our workflow. And the other thing to note is that you may notice we deal in credits. So we create our own version of the video call in our own database, and we keep track of start and stop times so that we can keep track of revenue, because even though Daily is keeping track of metrics on their own, we need to keep track of start and stop times for our participants on the calls. So that's how we get our charges to happen. We have the API send information to the back end of Drift, and it gets kind of complicated, but I think you get the point. That's how we are tracking what happens. So I appreciate you taking the time to look at this. I'm running out of time for this particular call, but I hope that you will follow me, and I will keep going with the details of how Drift works and how you can make money with it. All right, thanks a bunch. Talk soon.